Don't worry about me. It might seem like I'm dying now, but Dr. Elvis can always repair me. And besides, even if I'm not cut out to be a star, I still got to perform for a human, didn't I? So, thank you, darling. You've been a great audience. Oh god. Metaton. Metaton, are you... Hey. Don't worry about it. I can always build a different robot. Why don't you go on ahead? Completely trashed. There's no way it could ever be repaired. But yeah, you can see, like, she's got tears in her eyes, and, if you still think it's, like, just a robot at that point, then, you don't maybe understand quite why she's so attached, but it's not just a, robot. Let's try it. She's actually... I can talk to her again? Okay, that was amazing. By cheating, we were able to catch up to her and talk to her. She had nothing to say, but she still had debug text available for if somehow somebody talked to her. How unusual. Metatons usually shows up now to tell everyone they're doing a great job. Even if I was having a bad day, we'll always give each other a thumbs up and... Oh, what am I doing? I'm not being very professional. So, yeah, the locals notice his absence. Mettaton hasn't made a performance for more than 5 minutes. What's happening? Can you explain it? And yeah, I guess this one's different too, because normally he talks about the pizza in his treasure hoard and stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna be home tonight. In fact, I don't feel like I'll be home tomorrow either, at this rate. As a slime, I'm saddened. Mettaton isn't here to press his face into the stakes. He told me that if he ever disappeared, we could use my face instead. But I'm nervous. What if my face doesn't taste very good? That's the whole thing, yeah, okay. My boss stopped answering my calls. I don't know when my next performance will be. Maybe I shouldn't try to be a comedian anymore. It's tearing my family apart. It's a strange source here, interesting too, rather than knowing it's Mettaton, which we knew, because it was EX that promised him not normal Mettaton. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with the reverse voices we did originally that I like. Today, we received the promise of a lot of money from a strange source. It may not be kosher, but whew, I love puzzle. One thing I can say, I respect Mettaton for not putting any puzzles here. At another hotel, I had to find 12 magic keys just to unlock the shower. What would Mettaton think if he saw me licking this plant of his? Who cares? Welcome to NTT Resort. Have you seen Mettaton? He hasn't come by lately. I have a lot of respect for that man. I trouble getting a job because I'm so pointy and angular. But, being a rectangle, he understood my struggles. Futility setting in. Yeah, he's not even moving anymore. He's given up. But you gotta love like just how many little touches there are there that like people like actually care and like Mettaton, except for Burger Pants. It actually basically makes sense that Burger Pants has nothing new to say, to be honest. Like he hates Mettaton, and Mettaton kind of like bullies the crap out of him, but like pretty much everyone else kind of loves Mettaton. And seemingly not just because he's a star, right? Because like he always like encourages the staff and like hired people that had trouble getting hired otherwise and things like that, right? Okay, we just magically remember how we didn't pick up any of the extra armor and stuff? Yeah, we did that. You guys just didn't see it. You forgot about it, but it totally happened. Bandana, another 1500 fashion bonus. And, like, one thing I briefly mentioned earlier is that there's, these, kids outside of one of the puzzles in Hotland that start talking about Mettaton's show. And if you talk to them, you actually get to know, like, they talk about, like, changing outfits a lot and stuff like that. They preview the mechanics. Ah, you know what? Let's just eat the steak. Let's end this with his hand stuck in the text box. And we end it with when he still has his arms. And she like she starts welling, like you can see just that little bit in her eyes that she starts like about to like well up in tears, but like okay, she realizes he's actually okay here. And still, you know, pretty broken up about the potential there. Like, her, like, she's incredibly anchored on Mettaton and Undyne. Without Mettaton and Undyne, she has no reason to live. To put it bluntly. But yeah, after the Mettaton fight, I wanted to go back and talk to Pyro. I know that's kind of an odd thing. But, yes. We want to go talk to Pyro. And then we want to talk to him again later. Oh, yeah, that's fine, but we'll do this another time. Not right now. Check the other side of, Alphys's lab. I think there's a Pyro over there. Oh. No, it's already locked. Because we got the letter call, so we can't go over there. Is that actually going to prevent me from going where I want to go? We'll check other places real quick. Forget where the... there's a Pyrope. I think we wanted to talk to the other Pyrope that's east of Alphys's lab, though. You want to hang out? Sorry, I'm all tied up. Psych! Owned! No one wants to be my friend. I'm too spicy to have any friends. Yeah, that's not the one I want to talk to. Dang it. That one is spicy, though, so... Okay, you know what? I've got another idea. Okay. It's possible this will break something else, but that's okay. Okay, yep, we're on the other side of Alphys's lab. We did it. The music's not gonna... Ah! What? So I just re-added the text to the game there, but apparently this call is not based on that one spot specifically. Ah! That's funny. And we can't enter the lab from this side either, incidentally. But that's some fun magic. We got our music back too, look at that. Oh, when you hug me, I feel so spicy. So spicy. So spicy indeed, Vulcan. So spicy indeed. Alright, what's up, Pyro? This is gonna be disappointing to literally everybody, right? Ha ha ha! Secret, secret! I've done up a trouble! I set the lava on fire! No one will ever know! It's the perfect crime! The lava's so spicy now! Spicy beam is pretty amazing, Bailey. Okay, so the lava's spicy, okay. Everyone knows that the Pyro set the lava on fire. This might be important for the future. Okay? The lava's on fire now, so we shouldn't jump into it. That's a good point. Hello! That's not my house! That's just my cool tool shed! Do you call it your cool shed? No! I've never thought of that! That's why we're friends, Undyne! You enrich my life with shed-based puns! What else would be a thing that, would get you in Sans' room? I mean, possibly just reloading constantly and trying, but that seems like a bit of a stretch. Yeah, the only other thing I can really think to try that makes sense in relation to Sans is just reloading a lot. So right now he's not anywhere else I could even talk to him or anything. He's over at Judgment. Or at least, maybe if I talk to him at Judgment, reload and then go back to the house or something? I'm already planning on talking to him like 5 times at Judgment anyway, but... Long elevator. Everybody's favorite track on the album right here. Okay, now we've got kind of a big open area with no music playing. So you got an elevator. There's also the thing with the elevators that specifically they say they're in use and then they say they aren't working the second time you check them, which is kind of funny. But yeah, we've got this this long area. You get to look at this cool parallaxing view of the Capitol here. And you kind of get a sense of this being a really kind of sprawling area with all the monsters in it. And again, with the silence, this long kind of little road of silence really leads up further to the impact of the entering the next screen here. As we've talked about a few times before, impacts of certain scenes are different or especially stronger. If you like killed Toriel and not much else in your first playthrough, so you're like sad about killing Toriel, like when Sans talked to you and told you he was doing knock knock jokes with Toriel and stuff. It's like, oh no, this is another scene that will hit people, a lot of people kind of hard if they'd killed Toriel. It's like, oh no, don't do this. And it also ties into, of course, Asgore not being very original or creative. They just rebuilt the same house they had at Old Home, and just the same exact house and all of that jazz. And note that there's no determination on these messages here. That's not for any particular in-game reason, I would say. I would say that's to really kind of avoid distracting from the mood. They aren't doing little side jokes about determination stuff that's like, this is New Home, that's it. Proceed with the more emotional scene and stuff here. Now, the narrative through this area is just a straight-up text dump, but it's delivered piecemeal, and it's kind of showing how the monsters feel about Asgore, and it's paired very wonderfully with the music. And it's also interesting that, I mean, people, like, will pick up, like, the frying pan and stuff earlier on, but when they get to this point and they see the presence in the room, they will generally pick up the locket, often equip it. They'll see the dagger, and a lot of people, even on a first playthrough, or, well, specifically, not even's not the right word, but on a first playthrough, and they're trying not to kill anyone and haven't killed anyone yet, probably, they will often just not pick up the dagger. They're like, no, I don't need the dagger. So it's interesting that it's specifically a choice to pick it up, and a lot of people use that choice and do not pick up the dagger. It's just really kind of interesting thought there. A long time ago, a human fell into the ruins. Injured by its fall, the human called out for help. It's a trash can. It's full of crumpled up recipes for butterscotch pie. Azrael, the king's son, heard the human's call. He brought the human back to the castle. Over time, Azrael and the human became like siblings. The king and queen treated the human child as their own. The underground was full of hope. Despite everything, it's still you. Then, one day, the human became very ill. The sick human had only one request: to see the flowers from their village. But there was nothing we could do. The next day, the human died. Azrael, racked with grief, absorbed the human soul. He transformed into a being with incredible power. With the human soul, Azrael crossed through the barrier. He carried the human's body into the sunset, back to the village of the humans. Azrael reached the center of the village. There, he found a bed of golden flowers. He carried the human onto it. Suddenly, screams rang out. The villagers saw Azrael holding the human's body. They thought that he had killed the child. The humans attacked him with everything they had. He was struck with blow after blow. Azrael had the power to destroy them all. But Azrael did not fight back. Clutching the human, Azrael smiled and walked away. Wounded, Azrael stumbled home. He entered the castle and collapsed. His dust spread across the garden. The kingdom fell into despair. The king and queen had lost 2 children in one night. The humans had once again taken everything from us. The king decided it was time to end our suffering. Every human who falls down here must die. With enough souls, we can shatter the barrier forever. It's not long now. King Asgore will give us hope. King Asgore will let us go. King Asgore will save us all. You should be smiling, too. Aren't you excited? Aren't you happy? You're going to be free. It's kind of interesting because like it didn't really hurt me it didn't like hit me emotionally very much in my first playthrough, right? Like it's like, oh yeah, that's kind of a sad story, but like then after my second playthrough, the first time I saw it again after that, it's like, oh god. And it's ever since been pretty powerful. Alright, so we need to make sure we do not save after judgment here. So you finally made it. The end of your journey is at hand. In a few moments, you will meet the king. Together, you will determine the future of this world. That's then. Now. I really love the wordplay there. It feels very clever. You will be judged. You'll be judged for your every action. You'll be judged for every EXP you've earned. What's EXP? It's an acronym. It stands for execution points. And that's another pretty big reveal for a lot of people to some extent. Not exactly reveal, but another like hard-hitting point. I've definitely seen some very audible gasps at that point. It's like, oh god, no. Further kind of driving, like, making people like it makes people feel bad, but it doesn't really feel like forced that much. Honestly, it's just kind of like he's just describing what things are, and people can kind of pull their own feelings from their actions based on that fact. But you never gained any love. Of course, that doesn't mean you're completely innocent or naive. You never gained love, but you gained love. Does that make sense? Maybe not. I like that line a lot too. It's a little cheesy, but it's a good line. Well, if I were you, I would have thrown in the towel by now. Because it kinda already did. Because of people like you and Flowey. But you didn't get this far by giving up, did you? Alright. We're all counting on you, kid. Good luck. Alright, I'm gonna reload. Let's see if he cares if we do judgment multiple times. Wait a second. That look in your face while I was talking. You've already heard my spiel, haven't you? I suspected something like this. You're always acting like you know what's gonna happen. Like you've seen it all before. So, I have a request for you. I kind of have a secret code word that only I know. So I know if someone tells it to me, they'll have to be a time traveler. Crazy, right? Anyway, here it is. I'm counting on you to come back here and tell me that. See you later. Alright, good. Restarting. Finally, our perseverance is paying off. I was so sad that he didn't do anything different at Grillby's. I was so sad.